Ja Morant being injured, Jaren Jackson being injured, Marcus Smart being injured, we're looking at a fully healthy Grizzlies roster. So I do believe that with that bench unit averaging what we've seen they're doing, where their injuries have been gone, this healthy roster is looking healthy in the West. I feel like they're gonna go far.
Well, I mean, that's your emotions talking, and I understand. I don't blame you for. I don't blame you for it. But I will say this: I love Marcus Smart being on that team. I do think there's a lot that he's going to do to add to them and to help them. And Ja Morant is a superstar, and he is going to remind everybody of exactly who the hell he is. I do agree with that.
All right, our last student is Tressa Willingham. Tressa, what's your take?
Well, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Welcome to the land of golden sunshine.
Thank you.
Now, I think the NFL made the right decision choosing Kendrick Lamar to headline the Super Bowl. What do you think?
Cam. Oh, Cam.
Hey, it's Friday, right? I got to keep it funky, right? I think for the culture, the answer to that is no. Because at the end of the day, you by yourself, bro. This is the reason. I have all faith that Kendrick Lamar is going to do his due diligence and give us an impeccable show. I'm excited about that. Of course, we all want to hear dun, 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 dun. Like, that's cool. But one thing that they did in Los Angeles, what I thought was so brilliant, they put people on to the West Coast culture.
Okay.
And I think with a big platform like Super Bowl, going into New Orleans, why not Lil Wayne? Why not Master P? Why not Cash Money? Why? It's just one of them whole situations that's like, it's so many other performers that you take a big platform like Super Bowl. Why not bring people who are not familiar with this area or how they entertain each other, whatever, and just put them on game?
But here's the thing, though, Cam. That was the first time they did that. And so now people expect wherever the Super Bowl is, we got to get artists. When they came to Atlanta, what Atlanta artists graced the stage at the Super Bowl?
And we was mad.
Maroon 5.
We was mad.
I'm not saying.
They should have went to Outkast. They should have went T.I., Jeezy, Gucci.
You see,
Man, come on.
but what happened? Now they went to L.A. and they let Dre, they let Snoop, they let those guys. And so now the expectation is wherever the Super Bowl is, if they have artists in that area, that's not how it works. We just started getting our artists up on stage. Can we be happy?
And that's where I was going. And see, that I get where you're coming from, Cam. Okay. And it's not that you're not wrong. But here's my point. First of all, we don't know if Kendrick Lamar ain't going to add some of those cats to the show. We don't know that. We don't know who he's going to have with him. That's number one. Number 2, in terms of the hottest stuff out this year has belonged to him. I mean, there's been listen, we all love Drake. Drake is sensational in the whole bit. But for a while, you had a lot of cats saying there was an APB out for that brother because of how Kendrick Lamar came at him. So we got to remember that Kendrick Lamar, this has been his year. And then we got to take into consideration, we know that Jay-Z and them got a lot to do with who's performing halftime and stuff like that. You didn't have hip-hop artists on the stage for the Super Bowl at halftime. And this brother comes in there, and now you're seeing that. And people think that just because it happened in L.A., that's what's supposed to happen everywhere. That is not true.
Okay, I'm
that
going to stop you right
true.
there. Listen, at the end of the day, was L.A. not one of the top?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So why not take that formula everywhere you go then?
Well, they should have had Wayne Newton in Las Vegas then. Okay.
You can't go by that.
All I'm saying is when you have a heavily cultured city or state, when you talk about West Coast and you have to mention Compton, right?
Right.
When you go to Georgia, you have to mention Atlanta.
Okay.
Right? If you go to Miami, you have to obviously tap in with the Miami culture. There's so many different dynamics in that. But when you go to New Orleans, like, come on.
Well, why would he get Harry Connick Jr.? Or the Marcellus?
But not only that, all I'm saying is this.
Aaron Neville.
It's about
I'm
him.
speaking for a lot of people.
I know you are. You're absolutely right.
That's your age
hold on,
and
Cam. Hold on, Shay. I'm talking about the headliner. The headliner. So, again, what he incorporates into the show, now it's open for scrutiny once we see it. But him, Kendrick Lamar, being worthy of being the headliner, hell yes. Hell yes.
What you think?
What do you think?
I think they not like us.
So there you go.
Oh, period. Cam, who would you rather have do the Super Bowl then?
Lil Tucci?
I knew it. I already knew it. But
Lil Tucci?
Yeah, look, I know Wayne personally, so yes, I'd like to see him also. But they didn't miss with Kendrick.
They didn't miss.
They didn't.
Okay, so this is basically the silhouette shape of the head. So the next thing that I'm going to do is to define the line where the eyes are later on. And once again, I just use my thumb on the edge of the paper as an extension to work like a ruler in order to make a clear straight line. And there you can see that the line of the eyes is just in the middle of the head. The next step is to split up the lower part into 3 pieces, which are exactly the same size. So this is the point of the center of the lip, and underneath we have the lower lip. The edge of the circle just represents the nose. Now we can continue with adding the face features. So let's start off with the eyes. And we basically start to mark the center point of each half of the head on the right side and on the left side. This is now the point where the pupils are later on. And now we separate all the spaces in between the gaps just into halves. So now we have the width of our eyes. And if you're feeling like you've done something wrong at this point, you can check yourself and the drawing by measuring the distance between both eyes. Because the distance, or I mean the gap between both eyes, just has to be one size of the width of the eye. Now it's time to decide where the nose has to be in your face. So the width of the nose is just the distance between both eyes. And the tip of the nose is just the point where the circle and the center line crosses each other. I just mark the spot where the nose, the eyes and the mouth is, and later on I just add a little bit more details. This step is just to know where the features are in the face. Next step is the center line of the lip. So what I mean is the point where the upper lip and the lower lip are coming together. The width of the lip depends on the person that you are drawing, but specifically for this case we are just drawing a overall face. So the width at all is just from pupil to pupil. The center line of the big circle, which I redefine here, is the edge of the eyebrow later on. There is only one feature left in our construction, and this is the ear. And the height of the ear is basically between the line of the eyes and the line of the nose. So in between those both lines, there are the ears. So now that we've constructed all the features of the head, we can go on to add some details of the eyes, nose, mouth and ears. I use a dark blue pencil in order to add a little bit more contrast into the drawing. If you want to learn a little bit more about how to draw the face features, then click on this video right here in the corner and I'll show you a little bit more detailed version of drawing the face features like the eyes, the nose, the lips, and the ears. One quick tip that I have for you is that the pupil is cut off a little bit by the upper lid. As you can see, the circle of the pupil doesn't go all around. It's just a little bit cut off at the upper side. And now when we draw the other side of the face, this is the point where most of the people make a common mistake. Like, they are thinking the other side of the half has to be mirrored from the right side, which isn't correct. Like, in your opinion, it means like, okay, when the right eye looks like this, then the left eye should look exactly the same like this, but flipped around. And this is not correct. So when you draw a portrait from a reference photo later on, and you have to observe the image in a very detailed and correct way, you can clearly see that the lid or the lashes or anything at both eyes has little